It's a beautiful day in Silverstone today as the drivers get ready for the 10th round of Season 15, and the F1 Drivers' Championship has never been closer. Here's the starting grid then. Only 21 cars on the grid today, Icy starting last after missing qualifying. Farm Miller qualifies in P20, out-qualified by Zach, who's 19. Skiles qualifies into P18 next to Jacob in 17th. The two F3 reserves, Amaris and Joey, start 15th and 16th. Tyler and Spooky, 13th and 14th on the grid. Mr. Tino and Jimbo, not a great qualifying, start 11th and 12th. The Ferraris lock out the 5th row in 9th and 10th. Tokyo puts in the P7 just in front of Brian in 8th. Surprising qualifying from Acid into P6 next to Skill Max, who's 5th. Now the 4 contenders, Light in 4th, Versa in 3rd, Bruder in 2nd, and Texi, who puts in a great lap and puts it on pole.
4.
Here come the lights, Sven. And it's lights out, and away we go in Silverstone. Texi gets a good start, Bruder gets a good start. All the leaders looking pretty well right now. Skillmax already gets alongside Light into turn 1. And that's going to be Acid, killing someone on lap 1 yet again. Skillmax and Light sent to the back of the grid there. Amari's picking up a little bit of contact, and Skillmax is reporting damage to his car. Lost his rear wing, he's going to have to go to the pit lane and fix that. No safety car just yet, as Versa gets P2 from Bruder now. This is critical for the championship. Anthony making the same move on Mr. Brian behind, covers off the inside very well, and that is going to be him getting past. A little bit further down the grid then we have Mr. Spooky, who's just behind the Ferrari Vat Jolly, I believe, here. As he curses, he's going to go side by side into the S's. It's a very risky corner to go side by side in, but they do keep it clean. As Icy, what a horrible move. Doesn't slow down at all. Oh, what a mess on the straight here. That's going to be a safety car and a time penalty. Well deserved. Alright, we've had a few laps to clear that incident up, and now it's a safety car restart led by Texi. He goes quite early here. All the leaders reacting pretty well, having a good start, but Anthony sleeps a little bit on this restart, now vulnerable to Mr. Brian. There's no overtaking for the line, so this battle will have to go on for a little bit longer. Versa down the inside of Texi, trying to get the lead of the race from him. Round the outside now. Bruder going for the switchback maybe. Not enough speed there on exit, but Versa will be sticking it with Texi, trying to get past him. Down the inside again, looks like. Let's see what happens. Texi goes wide, and now Versa leads Silverstone. What a great overtake from him. Just behind as well, loads of action going on. Icy slips by the Racing Bulls and the Audi. Farm Miller down the inside of Acid, going into Cops. That'll be pretty easy overtake. Done and dusted, yep. So it looks like Tokyo will just let his teammate go here. No point wasting time together. Acid on Farm Miller, trying to regain a position he just lost. Does so. Now has the inside for the right-handers. They go 3 wide into it. Farm Miller goes a little bit wide, picks up a little bit of contact from Mr. Spooky on his re-entry there. Everyone's getting ready for Curse to be re-enabled as soon as we start the finish line. Let's see if any moves get done into the first corners here. Doesn't look like it. Mr. Brian getting very close to Icy there, but nothing done just quite yet. Maybe if he's got a little bit extra Curse. Doesn't look like it. Anthony's got that pretty covered off and still leads this pack. A little bit of wheel bumping with Icy. Icy does have the inside. Anthony failed to cover that off. And now Mr. Brian curses by the both of them. But he will be left vulnerable for this straight here. Yeah, Icy comes in. Brian tries to cover him off. Not able to do anything there. Icy does regain a position, but Mr. Brian is still past Anthony there, so I guess it was worth it. Let's see, will Anthony try to regain that? Yes, he does. Just a little bit of curse down the inside here. Pretty easy move. Mr. Brian deciding to back out of this. Just behind, same thing. Oh, and that's Tino getting spun out there. I believe that was Tino turning in. Yeah, that decision was ruled a racing incident by the stewards. And now Light is on Mr. Brian. Can he get past into the first corners here? Not quite, but he will have that inside line for the 2 hairpins. Mr. Brian not giving up easily, and a little bit of contact, but very respectful driving, and he will let Light pass for that position. So with Mr. Brian again, the Racing Bulls giving us a lot of racing action this race today. Mr. Brian's going to dump all of his cars, gets past his own teammate and Tokyo as well, and still double overtake. Mr. Spooky getting very close to Tokyo there. Oof, a little bit of a slide for Tokyo, out the last corners as well. He's going to curse back by Mr. Brian. Mr. Brian did have some extra curse, but he just decided not to use it. Down the inside he goes. Not quite. Tokyo reacts to that quite well. A little bit of a love tap as well. Mr. Bryan should be able to have way more energy here. Almost into the slowdown. But great defending from Tokyo. And Tokyo does need to get past Anthony. Anthony not leaving much room on the inside there. But looks like Tokyo had the better run. Mr. Bryan, again, same thing. Curtis here. Oh, almost contact there. Anthony would have been not in a great position if that happened. The cars don't react well to this contact. Oh, and that's a crash. Anthony on his usual behavior, taking out a driver there. What a misjudgment from him. Same three cars again. These guys just cannot stop fighting each other. Mr. Spooky with a bit of a criminal dive bomb on Anthony there. And he gets taken out by Jacob. Oh, and looks like it was just all lag. That's so unfortunate for Mr. Spooky. And Amarius as well, getting sent wide by Tyler. Wow, Mr. Spooky and Amarius not having a good time right here. Both of them watching their re-entry carefully. Not ideal for their races. Mr. Bryan now on Tokyo. Tokyo's had a hell of a crash to recover from. Tokyo going a little bit slowly, trying to get as much curves here. They go very, very slowly through this corner. Bryan curves out of it, tries to cover him off, but Tokyo says no and holds on to that position. And Mr. Bryan curves here again. He just loves doing this. But as always, we'll see how this plays out. Into the S's. Looks like they can go side by side. Oh, and Tokyo. Looks like he lost his tyres. He's sliding all over the place. Oh, and he gets hit by the Red Bull into the mountain. Tokyo definitely on for a stinker this race. Alright, going into the pit lane now. We have Bruder and Texi. Texi gets an amazing jump here. Almost getting past Bruder. He's on his inside here in the pit lane. And this doesn't look very exciting, but this could change a lot as this is for the lead of the race. Let's see what happens here. Texi decides to stop early. Fix his tyres now. Bruder goes to the end of the pit lane. Let's see which strategy works better. Coming out on exit now. Texi tries to squeeze in. And he hits the wall. Losing him his wing just after the pit stop. He's going to have to pit again. And that is not good for his race. Back again with our lovely Mr. Bryan. Oh, 2 seconds dead.
It's box to overtake acid. Box to overtake. Go Pete.
Box to overtake acid, we've been told. So Mr. Bryan will be coming in for a stop early now. Let's see how this plays out. Acid, lap later, coming in for his stop. We pick up with Mr. Bryan behind. You can see Acid there on the right in the pit lane. Let's see if the strategy call worked. Mr. Bryan coming around, and he looks like he gets that position. Yep, it's narrow on exit, but Bryan gets it. Great work from the Racing Bulls engineers. So we got Amarius now, just in front of Texi on lap 35. Former teammates in Formula 3 last season. And oh my goodness!
Texi, come on, bro.
What a horrible move from Texi. He takes out Amarius on the straights, and the stewards have decided to give him a 10-second time penalty for that incident. But now Bruder, we've not seen this guy much this race, but he has been controlling it the whole time throughout. And he's going to come out of the last few corners now to win the Silverstone Grand Prix. What a drive from him. Just behind that we have Light after a big recovery from the back of the grid. From that crash on lap 1 into second. Versa will round off the podium here. Skillmax in the Audi finishes the race in 4th. What a great drive as a reserve for Icy. Finishes P5 and Mr. Bryan into P6.